Welcome to Hoops High, Chicago's leader in youth-produced sports broadcasting and youth media education. Hoops High is produced by high school students learning the skills of professional broadcasting. Hoops High is the flagship program of Free Spirit Media and is made possible in partnership with After School Matters, the Chicago Public Schools, and Chicago Access Network Television. We hope you enjoy the show.
Hi, my name is Jeanette Tate here reporting for Hoops High. We are at the college campus for the Westinghouse Warriors versus North Lawndale Pheonix. Stay tuned for more Hoops High.
And I'll be serving as your color commentator.
And I'm Kimberly Stewart here serving as your color commentator for the evening.
Yeah, man, you know, North Lawndale and Westinghouse played each other over the summer. And Westinghouse took the championship home with each other. You know, and this is going to be a great game from what I hear on Twitter and from what I hear from other players. North Lawndale has some of their key players back, and number 4, I think DeMontre Enos, he came back. And Westinghouse is missing their big man, Daryl Gant, who's out with a dislocated shoulder. I think Westinghouse and North Lawndale is going to go at it today, man. They just look good warming up.
I totally agree with you, Michael. This is a highly anticipated game. I can't wait to find out what the outcome will be. Right about now, we're going to toss to a quick PSA.
And once again, you are watching Hoops High.
Time waits for no one.
I will sweat.
I will do more than what it takes.
I will compete. I will fly.
I will run.
I will run.
I will train.
I will train. I will succeed.
I will succeed.
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
I will succeed.
Hello, my name is Jabari Parker from Simeon Career Academy, and you're tuned in to Hoops High.
And we're back with more Hoops High. Right now, they are getting ready to introduce the starting lineup for both teams right now. Man, I am ready for this game. You ready for this game, Kim?
Yes, I am, Michael.
This game is going to go hard. We're waiting for the starting lineups. The starters for Westinghouse. Number 2, Darius Mason, point guard. Number 3, Ricky Battles. Ramon Taylor. I'm sorry, number 5, Ramon Taylor. Malik Williams. Number 32. DJ White. Number 3, Ricky Battles. Ricky Battles, who could actually play just about every position on the floor because he's physical. Man, and that's your starting lineup. And now for your North Lawndale Pheonix. Man, the crowd just went nuts right now. First up, Big Keith Mack. Keith Mack, who's a junior. Frederick Sims, everybody call him Junior. He's only a freshman starting on varsity. I'm sorry, a sophomore starting on varsity. Marquise Jefferson, who's a dangerous, dead-eye three-point shooter. Everybody call him Biggie. He's known for knockdown clutch threes. Trayshawn Carr, he's a shooting guard / point guard.
And for those who didn't know, last game, Trayshawn Carr actually took most valuable player for his team, scoring over 14 points that game. Not only points, but he also had assists and a few rebounds.
That's it. Man, I'm ready for this game. I'm ready for it. It seems that the announcer, DJ Sean, has made an error. DeAndre Watson, who started off in North Lawndale, transferred and came back. What do you want to see in the game, Kim?
I want to see a lot of good defense, a lot of ball movement, a lot of passing, assisting. I want to see a dunk before I leave.
Yeah, I want to see one too.
Hopefully it happens. I want to just see a good game, you know, a point for point, bucket for bucket. A lot of hustle, you know. But what about you?
I'm with you. I want to see some dunks, some blocks, some great blocks. Man, I'm just a big fan of highlights, period. So I love to see any type of highlight, an alley-oop or it's a regular slam dunk or a fast break dunk. I swear I'll go crazy. That's all I really want. And the game getting ready to start off. In the middle, jumping for ball, we have number 13, Keith Mack, jumping against number 32, DeJuan White.
We got the cheerleaders starting the game off. A little encouragement for North Lawndale.
And North Lawndale wins the tip. DeAndre Watson with the ball. He's calling the play.
Number
He's
0.
standing for someone to come. He gets it to number 13, Keith Mack. Keith Mack on the drive. Keith Mack with the right hand off the glass, and it's no good. Rebound by Darius Mason, and he is fouled.
First foul of the game.
That's not a good way to start the period. Inbounding the ball for Westinghouse is number 3, Ricky Battles, who is a senior.
And we have the famous red defensive play called by Coach Thorpe.
Yes.
The coach of North Lawndale.
Yes, indeed. Ricky Battles with the ball. Ricky Battles taking his time, pushes it up court, gives it to Ramon, Ramon throws the ball out of bounds.
And a quick turnover.
No timeout. It's out of bounds. Oh, I'm sorry. Turnover. Sound like you said timeout for a second. I'm sorry, Kim.
It's all good, all good.
Inbounding the ball, number 14, Frederick Taylor. Everybody call him Junior.
We have a quick double team.
On DeAndre Watson. They get it to Keith Mack. Keith Mack gives it back to Fred. Fred on the drive. Fred with the layup, and it's no good.
Off the mark.
Out of bounds on Westinghouse. DeMontre Enos to inbound the ball. He gives it to Fred. Fred gives it to DeAndre. DeAndre gets it to DeMontre, who's a great three-point shooter. He can shoot from almost anywhere on the court. DeMontre with the size up. DeMontre gives it to Fred. Fred on the drive. Fred gives out to DeAndre. DeAndre Watson for 3, and it's good. 3 by number 0, DeAndre Watson. Keith Mack with a steal. Keith Mack.
Good look. That was a good pass.
Yes. Junior gets it to DeAndre with the ball. DeAndre on the drive. Oh!
And it's blocked. Good block.
Wow. Beat by number 5, Ramon Taylor. Marquise inbound the ball. Out of bounds.
You are watching Hoops High. Remember, you can watch Hoops High every Saturday at 8 p.m. on CAN TV, Channel 19, for all the hottest high school sports action around.
Yes, indeed. Then you get a chance to hear me and Kimmy K's voice. Keith Mack with the missed layup. Darius pushing ball to the court. He gives it to Ricky Battles. Ricky Battles for 3.
And it's an air ball.
Yes. Out of bounds. Hit off Keith Mack's shoulder. Ramon inbound the ball. Gets to Darius for three, and it's
And
no
it's
good.
off the mark as well.
Big Keith gets the rebound. DeAndre Watson with the ball.
He takes the lane, and it's in
And
there.
DeAndre Watson has all 5 of North Lawndale's points right now. Malik gets the ball. Darius Mason on the drive. Complicated layup, and it's no good.
Good body back. Keith Mack, number
Yes,
13.
indeed. DeAndre Watson gets the ball to DeMontre Enos.
Shaking and baking.
Shaking the bait.
He takes
On
the lane
drive.
as well, and it's in
And
there.
it's in there. DeMontre Enos with a great take.
He gets buckets and no
Yes,
foul.
the crowd just goes crazy. DeJuan White. Keith Mack was down there by himself.
That would have been the dunk I was looking for.
Yes, and that would have sent the crowd up.
It would have.
And a timeout taken by Westinghouse.
The
And with
score
that
is currently 7-0, North Lawndale's way.
Yes.
Right about now, we're going to toss to a quick PSA.
You're watching Hoops High.
I love basketball. Then I got the opportunity to go pro. After thinking about it, I considered it. But did I make the right choice?
What's up? This is Ben Gordon. You're watching Hoops High.
And we're back with more Hoops High action. I'm Kimberly Stewart here serving as your color commentator this evening.
And I am the one and only Michael Ingram serving as your play-by-play announcer.
We're here at Collins Academy, located at 1313 Sacramento. Here for the anticipating exciting game of North Lawndale Pheonix taking on the Warriors of Westinghouse.
Malik Williams gets the ball to drive, and the crowd wanted to charge because DeAndre looked like his feet was set. But Malik gets a great float in, and the ball just goes straight in.
So he'll be sent to the line shooting one.
It's crucial free throws.
It's up there.
And
And
it's
it's in
in
there.
there. DeMontre Enos inbounds the ball to Fred. Fred pushes the ball to the court, gives to Marquise Jefferson, and it's out of bounds. Marquise Jefferson, who is wide open from three, and he's basically
He's the best three-point shooter they have on their team.
him and number 4, DeMontre Enos. They pretty much call him the team of threes. You know, they call themselves Mr. Automatics. You know,
You're right. You give it to them, they pull it.
and 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be in there.
You're right. But the Warriors also have a few three-point shooters themselves.
Yes, indeed. Ricky Battles being one of them. This game, North Lawndale came out scoring right out the gate. Number 0, DeAndre Watson has 5 of their points. DeMontre Enos has the other 2. Malik with the up fake. He gives it to Darius. Darius gives it to Ramon. Ramon gives it to Darius, and it's a steal. Oh,
Another turnover. Bad pass.
Not a good pass. DeAndre Watson gets subbed out, and number 32, the big man in the middle, Michael Lacey, comes in.
I feel a dunk coming up.
I feel a dunk, too.
North Lawndale pressing again.
Oh, DeJuan with the great crossover. He gives it to Malik.
And
Malik just mishandles the ball.
a bad pass. You could tell
He's telling
he was
DeJuan to
running.
throw the ball up. He wanted the alley-oop. He wanted to get the crowd rocking.
And a
fake
spin.
And, it's
And
no
the
good.
basket is off the mark. You know, you
Darius
can't look fancy and not make them buckets.
You know. Oh, and it's an easy layup for number 3, Ricky Battles.
Bringing the score 7-5. 5 quick points made by our Westinghouse Warriors.
Marquise Jefferson with the ball. He gives to Michael Lacey. Michael Lacey is D'd up. He gets to number 13, Keith Mack, who's actually a pretty good three-point shooter. Frederick with the ball. He spins, shakes and bakes. Knocked out of bounds by number 32, DeJuan White.
Hoops High is produced by high school students learning to be professional broadcasters. All the camera work, announcing, directing, and everything else is done by young students like myself and Michael.
Big Mike, you can count that if you want to. Daryl Nullum subs in. Daryl Nullum, Trayshawn Carr,
And Antonio Willis.
And Wendell Anderson just subbed. Everybody just came out the game. Daryl Nullum, who was the center for North Lawndale, or as in the summer, what we call them, the Bulls, he made it to All-Star game, and, he had some great dunks and some great blocks. He also made Hoops High history with 8 blocks in the same game. Ball thrown out of bounds. Yeah. Antonio Willis with the ball, who makes a good point guard. And Daryl Nullum subs right back out for Jason Johnson. Wow.
A good pass, and it's in there. A good look by Antonio, number 2 for North Lawndale.
Great court vision. Ramon jumped pretty high for that.
That's some good verse.
Yes, indeed.
He looked like Jordan up there for a second.
Yep, kind of look like myself.
He'll be going to the last shooting too.
Ramon at the line. Ramon to shoot his 2 free throws. First one is up.
And it's in there.
As you can see. Coach Lewis Thorpe, who's the head coach for North Lawndale. Kim, what do you like about the game so far?
I like the passion for the sport. And before the first quarter, it started going. North Lawndale was leading by just under double digits. And Westinghouse Warriors just got their head in the game, and they've been getting buckets, not letting the things get to them.
And North Lawndale get called for 8 seconds. That's not
like them.
Yeah, that's very, very rare.
North Lawndale, rarely gets tripped up like that. They mostly do all the tripping, but as you can see, the Westinghouse Warriors have some good defense that they putting on them. We have number 3 for the Westinghouse Warriors taking the ball out on the side.
He's looking for his younger brother, Laquan with the ball. Laquan with the floater, and it's in there. Laquan Jackson with a great floater. Westinghouse is doing pretty good there. Jason Johnson gives it to Wendell. Wendell stops the shot, gives it to Antonio Willis. Antonio throws it to Michael Lacey. Michael Lacey.
He got the lane wide open, and he's fouled. He was about to take him. I saw it. He wanted them buckets.
He wanted a dunk. I don't want to see a dunk for the game.
I really do.
I'm sorry. I don't care if it's a basic dunk. Any dunk is a good dunk.
Speaking of dunking, Michael Lacey was one of the final contestants, for a dunk contest that North Lawndale had. He dunked over a table.
And won the slam dunk competition.
He actually won second place.
Second? Oh.
But second is better than
none.
Not being final. And a travel called on Antonio Wills.
The score is 9-9.
2.5 minutes left in the game.
And the whole starting 5 just comes back in. Thorpe said he's fed up. You can see the look on his face. You see a few of North Lawndale's Lady Pheonix in the background.
Good support.
DeQuan is with a quick crossover. DeQuan is pushing the ball. Before he gets to Ricky. Ricky's called for
He traveled. I thought I saw that too. Thought it was a foul the ref was going to call, but I guess he traveled first. As you can see, Westinghouse Warriors coach clapping it up. I don't know why, because it was a turnover, but
Marquise Jefferson gets the ball, gets to DeMontre. He knows DeMontre pushes the ball up the court. Michael Lacey is
foul.
Oh, wow. Everybody thought that was a glass. Because Marlik really got up there. Can we see a quick replay? But Marlik got up there for that block, and they say it was a foul. The crowd just went nuts.
Michael Lacey shooting 2.
Michael Lacey, who's a former hoops hire, who worked with us over 2 summers ago.
First one is up, and it's off the mark. You know, free throws make or break a game, and right about now
Yes,
it's
9-9, 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. You know, you're supposed to knock down all your free throws.
Second one is off the mark as well.
DeJuan gets the rebound, gives it to Ricky. Ricky gives it to DeQuanis. DeQuanis gives it to DeJuan. DeJuan gives it to Ricky. Ricky loses the hand on it. Ricky throws out DeMontre Enos' foot.
Free Spirit Media strives to give students a voice and is associated with True Star magazines. You can check them out at TrueStarIs.com. Remember, True Star is where teams speak the truth. Check out the Hoops High Hype column in True Star magazines.
Yes, on the previous play, Michael Lacey gets a block on number 3, Ricky Battles.
And right about now, you can see some of the Westinghouse Warriors fans in the stands.
Yes, indeed.
Good hands by Keith Mack deflecting that inbounding pass.
Ball is batted away quickly. Westinghouse to inbound the ball again. Gives it to DeJuan. DeJuan gives it to Ricky. Ricky gives it to DeQuanis. DeQuanis for 3.
And it's off the mark.
Keith Mack gives it to Marquise. Marquise looking for someone, and it's batted away. Gives it back to Mike Lacey. Mike Lacey for the layup, and
it's off the mark.
DeQuanis gets the ball. DeQuanis is quickly trapped. DeQuanis on the drive. DeQuanis gets to DeJuan. DeJuan, oh! DeQuanis, Michael Lacey almost got
good defense. He wanted that block.
Yes.
Good defense by Michael Lacey, number 32 for North Lawndale.
Yes,
and a good drive by number 32 for the Westinghouse Warriors.
DeJuan White.
Who is currently at the line right about now, shooting 2.
DeJuan has been on the team since his freshman year.
First free throw is up, and it's in there.
And it's good.
Another example of those free throws making or breaking a game. Right about now, Westinghouse free throw percentage is better than North Lawndale's.
Probably about 67%. Michael Lacey subs out, and Marquise Jackson subs out with him. Number 2, Antonio Willis, and number 10, Daryl Nullum checks into the game.
And the second free throw is in there.
Oh, Ricky Battles with the steal.
And the layup is off the mark.
Uh-oh, Daryl Nullum. Woo!
And the quick 2 buckets to Fred. Assist by the big man, Daryl, number 10 from North Lawndale.
Yes, Daryl who can pretty much run any position on the floor, because he's a big man, and then he likes to dribble also. DeJuan with an easy tip in, and he's smoking. DeMontre Enos on the drive. Oh, and he misses.
It's off the mark.
DeMontre misses the dunk. You see a few North Lawndale's whole team from last year, basically all Enos
coming to support. Oh, as you can see on the rebound, it's off the mark. I'm sorry, the replay.
Daryl Nullum gives it to Frederick Taylor. Frederick just
quick
lays it in with ease.
Gets the quick 2 buckets.
Antonio Willis with the ball.
On the last play, though, you saw Keith Mack wanted that. He wanted the ball.
Yeah.
But he just didn't give it up to him.
Keith Mack is known to make emphatic dunks.
Keith Mack for the Keith Mack wanted that 3.
Yeah, he should have shot that though.
Keith Mack is one of few big men that are versatile. Like
step out and shoot.
I have fourth period with him, and that's Jim. You know, we play basketball every now and again, and he's a great 3-point shooter to be a big man.
DeQuanis Jackson with the easy rip up. And it's in there. And that's the end of the first quarter.
Score being 11-13, Westinghouse Warriors way.
Yes, and with that being said, I'm going to toss it to my
our sideline reporter for
Jeanette.
A quick interview.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Jeanette Tate here with Timothy Oliver, proud parent of Cameron Oliver Center for Westinghouse. So, Mr. Oliver, even though your son hasn't gotten in yet, what do you think about the first quarter?
It seems to be evenly matched. You know, we're up by 2 points. I'm hoping that Westinghouse does win, but I'm also hoping for a good, clean, competitive game.
So with Cameron being a basketball player, overachiever, what are his plans for senior year?
Just to make sure that he, continues getting good grades, so he can get into a good school and, make a good person of himself.
That's great. So, it's the time of the year, holidays coming around. What are your plans?
Just to relax, hang out with family a little bit, enjoy a little downtime and some good food.
That sounds a great idea. Thanks so much for your time. Now we're going to send you back to our announcers.
And we're back. Thank you so much for that interview. Right about now, we're here at Collins Academy, located at 1313 West Sacramento. I'm Kimberly Stewart, serving as your color commentator for the evening.
And I am the one and only Michael Ingram.
We have North Lawndale Pheonix taking on the Warriors of Westinghouse. Score currently being 11-13, the Westinghouse Warriors way.
DeQuanis Jackson, the point guard with the ball. He gives it to number 20, Shakante Jones. Shakante, who everyone calls Shaq for some reason. He gives it to Malik. Malik with a pull-up, and it's no good. Keith Mack with the great rebound. Fred with the ball. Fred with the size up. Fred with the ball. And
it's in there. Good, easy 2 buckets for Fred.
DeQuanis Jackson with the ball. He gets it to DeJuan. DeQuanis gets it back. DeQuanis with another float, and it's good.
It's in there.
DeQuanis is 3 for 3 so far. He has 6 points. That floater he's doing is pretty great.
The big man, Keith Mack, number 13, asking for the ball.
Daryl Nullum with the ball. Gives it back to Fred. Fred with the quick crossover. Gives it to Keith. Keith on the drive. And it's no
off
good.
The mark.
Quanis Jackson with the ball.
He's swinging it.
Gets to Shakante. Shakante with the pull-up, and it's no good. Malik with the rebound. Malik with the up fake. Malik turn around, and that's no good. Shakante with another rebound.
A poke out by Keith Mack.
Keith Mack is doing a great job.
His defense is
DeAndre
very
Watson.
good.
Yes, DeAndre with it behind the back. DeAndre on the drive. He stops. Gets to Frederick. Fred pull up, and it's no good.
And it popped out.
Keith Mack with the ball. Keith Mack with a layup, and it's in there!
And one!
Can I please see a replay? That was a great play by Keith Mack.
It really was. As you can see, Keith Mack getting the ball back.
Body to body.
You see the ref strike it down, like count that basket.
Keith Mack getting ready to shoot his free throws.
Hoops High is a flagship program of Free Spirit Media and is run in partnership with After School Matters, the Chicago Public Schools, and CAN TV. This is a team effort all around, and we are grateful for our partners who make this possible.
On the previous play, Keith Mack is fouled again, and he goes to the line. But Daryl Nullum was calling for the ball. I think Daryl Nullum was trying to dunk something decent.
Keith back at the line, shooting his free throw. It's up. And it's in there. Bringing his team up by 1 point, 16-15. Just under 6 minutes left before halftime.
Free throws are very crucial.
They are.
Break.
And he misses the second one.
Lamar Taylor with the ball. He gets to the Quanis, he's so small, he just reaches in down.
He just flying right by.
Yes. DeAndre Watson puts the ball up the court. Pull up.
Hop out, and it's in there. Quick 2 buckets.
Giving his team a 3-point lead.
And adding on to his points. I think he currently has 8. Might be an odd number, I'm sorry. He shot a 3 earlier in the game. And it's a backcourt. Good hustle by number 1 for the Warriors, trying to save that ball.
Quinn Crump and number 40, Cameron Oliver subs out. subs out. While Ricky Battles and DeJuan White comes back in. DeAndre Watson with the ball. Look good.
And Michael, I was looking very closely to the play that the Warriors had set up. You know, they had a...
That was close to going in. Wendell Anderson.
It was. He tripped up a little bit. The ball kept rolling. He tried to pick it up, you know. It just wasn't going.
Wendell Anderson, if you are watching football, if you are watching Hoops High during the football season, Wendell Anderson was the freshman quarterback who played varsity. He was pretty good.
He was a great quarterback.
For him to come back for basketball season and to be playing varsity with the same number he wore during football season is a great accomplishment. It's a shout out to Wendell.
And he will not be going to the line. North Lawndale, a low stack, and it's a turnover.
Keith Mack with a block. Can we see that replay?
He goes up, and as you can see, he's looking back to see who's right there.
Crowd goes crazy.
He did not see Keith Mack behind him. The crowd is going rapid.
Yes, the crowd is still turned up off there. And Westinghouse calls a timeout. Yes, great block by Keith Mack.
That was an amazing block. No one saw it coming, even the one with the ball, number one.
Number one, DeQuantis Jackson.
As you saw in the replay, he looked to his side. The only person that he could see was the person that he thought that he had beat, not knowing that Keith Mack was right behind him, ready for the block. He's like, well, I couldn't get my dunk. I'm going to get this block.
Yeah. Keith Mack, who played AAU over the summer with the D-Rose All-Stars, and he was partners next to the number one junior in the state, Cliff Addison. And you can see what him and Cliff was doing over the summer, you know.
Right. But back to reiterate a previous play, the coaches for Westinghouse Warriors, they set up a man-to-man a couple possessions ago. The man-to-man did not work. As you saw, the Pheonix led their men to the wing and left the paint wide open for more buckets.
No, Westinghouse on the last play just scored. Score being 22-17. Frederick with the hesitation. DeQuantis.
And it's an N1.
DeQuantis gets the bucket to fall. Vicky won another block, but he couldn't get it. DeQuantis said, I'm not getting my shot blocked this time. I'm going to put it high off the glass.
And he did it, and he got an N1.
And that was great. For those of you who don't know what an N1 is, this is when you score and you get a foul, and then you go to the line. DeQuantis Jackson, a Westinghouse Warrior, who's also a junior. He's going to get a chance to shoot his free throws and get a chance to tie it up. DeQuantis to the line for his free throw.
It's up and it's off the mark.
Good.
Rebound by Mike Lacey, number 32, from North Lawndale.
DeAndre Watson with the ball. DeAndre pushing the ball up the court. DeAndre stops. DeAndre drives. He gets to Demontre. Demontre for three, and it's no good. DeAndre Watson.
He wanted to put that right back up, but he couldn't get a grasp on the ball, so he brought it back, reset it.
Yes, indeed. DeAndre, who's D'd up. He gets to Trayshawn.
And it's in there. Trayshawn just floats back and puts it in.
Oh, Ricky Batters with his hesitation. Ricky Batters with the ball.
Keep up with game action and the Hoops High crew with Twitter. Just search Hoops High FSM and follow us.
Yes, indeed. Corners Jackson. Ricky Battles gets to DeJuan. DeJuan loses their hand on the ball. Trayshawn with a steal. DeAndre Watson with the ball. Oh! Big Keith with the ball. Big Keith Mack with the ball. Gets to Demontre.
Demontre for three.
And it's good.
The three is good. Bringing that score at 25-19, North Lawndale's way.
And And the crowd just goes crazy.
Westinghouse swinging it, trying to run down some time.
Yes, indeed. Westinghouse need all the time they can get, though.
They do. It's good to be up at the end of the half, and I think Westinghouse should drive, take some good shots, and try to get these buckets.
And Ricky Battle steps out of bounds.
It's a turnover. North Lawndale's ball.
Westinghouse cheerleaders just dodged. And she hit her in the leg, and she just said, I'm not going to catch that ball. Ricky Battles falls. Keith Mack with the ball.
Driving. And it's in there. No foul was called, but the 2 buckets was good. From the big man driving all the way, just taking it in.
Yes, indeed.
That's always good to see a big man that's not afraid to take the ball in.
DeQuanis Jackson with the ball gets to DeJuan. Oh, and DeJuan gets the layup. Trayshawn Carr with the hesitation behind the back. Trayshawn on the drive. He looks for somebody, and no one tried to save it.
And a good foul.
Ricky Battle is fouled.
Right about now, less than 2 minutes left before halftime. A few key players for North Lawndale. We have Fred, number 14, Keith Mack, number 13, and
number 0, DeAndre Watson.
And for the Westinghouse Warriors, we have number 1, DeQuanis Jackson, number 5,
Ramon
Taylor.
Number 3, Ricky Battles.
Number 3, Ricky Battles. Currently at the line, we have
number 3, Ricky Battles.
Shooting. First one is in there.
Goody.
And he'll be shooting
another one.
It's always good to make the first 1-and-1 shot. As you can see, the score is currently 27-22, North Lawndale's way. Less than 2 minutes left in the game. Preparing for a second free throw. It's up, and it's off the mark.
Fred with the rebound. Fred pushed the ball to the court. He looking for Marquise Jefferson. Fred with the ball. He gives it to Mike Lacey. Big Keith with the ball. Big Keith on the side. So Big Keith on the drive.
And it's good. Big Keith getting buckets. Number 13 for North Lawndale.
Yes, indeed. Ricky Battles with the ball. Gets to Malik. Malik is a great three-point shooter, and it's no good. Ramon with the rebound, and that's no good. DeJuan with the rebound.
And that's no good as well.
He gets his own rebound.
That's off the mark yet again.
Oh, Ricky Battles with a steal.
A good steal by number 3.
Yes, indeed. And Fred, this is a lot of turnover. Oh, Biggie Fred, and it's a blocking foul.
A good put in by Keith Mack. Unfortunately, it did not roll in.
Keith Mack looked like he's traveling for a second.
Keith Mack floated. I saw a lot of air.
I saw him walking a little bit.
Can we get a replay so we can see, exactly what happened?
Keith Mack to the line to shoot his free throws.
Taking a couple deep breaths. Westinghouse thumping. Trying to distract them. And the first one is in there. Bringing the score 30-22. A minute left before the half. North Lawndale being up by 8. Maybe 9 if Keith makes this free throw. The crowd stumping again.
Can he make the second one?
Second one is in there as well.
Darius Mason with the ball gives to Quentin Crump. Quentin gives it. Ricky with the ball. Ricky gives it to Darius. Darius gives it back to Ricky. Ricky gives it back to Darius. Darius gets to Quentin. Quentin gets to Ramon. Ramon gives it to Quentin. Quentin gives it to Ramon. Ramon gives it to Quentin. Quentin gives it to Darius. Darius gets to DeJuan. DeJuan on the drive, and it's no good.
Looks like someone was fouled, though.
Yes.
Play was stopped, and we have a Warrior being sent to the line. Number 32.
DeJuan White, who is a power forward.
You can see the concentration on his face. And it's in there.
Michael Lacey gets subbed out for number 10, Daryl Nullum. You can see the Westinghouse coach.
And some of the fans.
Yes.
The bench.
On with the free throw. And
second one is in there as well. 40 seconds left.
Frederick with the ball. Fred gets to DeMontre.
DeMontre
DeMontre for three. And it's good.
Bringing the total score 34-24. A double-digit lead.
Quinn with the ball. Quinn gives to Ricky. Ricky.
15 seconds left.
Ricky gives to DeJuan. DeJuan on the drive. And it's in there. Fletcher with a lot of dribbling. He gives to Marquise. Marquise for the three. Oh, and that's all.
And that's the half. Score is currently 34-26. North Lawndale is currently winning, as you can see. North Lawndale has 8 fouls. Westinghouse has 6. See some of the spectators, you know, coming to see North Lawndale play Westinghouse. Being so that this was a highly anticipated game. So, Mike, how do you feel about the current points that have been put up by both teams?
Man, North Lawndale has been doing a great job just getting to the basket and getting the L1s, man, and trying to knock down their free throws. Number 4, DeMontre Enos, who did a great job of knocking out their threes, man, knocking out his threes. He's doing a pretty good job. And now
we're gonna
the majorettes.
Well, North Lawndale will be performing. Yes, it is. It's about 6 of them out there.
Let's see what they finna do.
Right about now, we're gonna toss to a quick sideline report.
Coach Washington of the Westinghouse Warriors. So, Coach, we've been with you guys all summer during the Hoops High Classic. By the way, you guys did a phenomenal job at being undefeated. And I know there were some tough games against North Lawndale College Prep. So now that we're here in the regular season, tell me about the first half.
We're just playing a little bit out of sorts right now. We're not passing the ball or shooting the ball like we normally do, so we just have to get ourselves under control, and the second half should be a little different for us.
Now, you guys are a pretty aggressive team and managed to stay neck and neck. So, tell me, what are your plans to catch up and take the lead?
Well, every team that plays against Westinghouse is going to give us 100%. So, we probably came out not realizing that and taking them lightly, and they got a lead on us. So we just got to play our type of basketball in the second half, and we should be fine.
All right, thank you so much for your time. I'm Jeanette Tate. Stay tuned for the second half.
They do so much for us as players, really support us as players. Least we can do is give back and show them that we care.
I see real important values in growing up in a tight-knit community.
I think that helping is contagious. Once you do it, many more will follow. The doors you open and close today are the stepping stones for you tomorrow.
Basketball is not who I am. Basketball is what I do.
Hi, I'm Juwan Howard of the Miami Heat, and you're watching Hoops High.
And we're back with more Hoops High action. Have less than a minute left on the clock. If you're just tuning in, I'm Kimberly Stewart, serving as your color commentator, and Michael Ingram is your play-by-play announcer. Less than 30 seconds left on the clock. If you're just tuning in, we're here at North Lawndale's Collins campus, located at 1313 South Sacramento. Score is currently 34-26 at the end of the half, North Lawndale being up. A quick recap of the first half. We had North Lawndale and Westinghouse going point for point, bucket for bucket. Every shot was either matched or overdid almost. North Lawndale been playing some great defense, and so has Westinghouse. And, a couple replays as you saw Keith Mack with a good block, and Keith Mack again driving the ball in, getting a and one. You see Fred driving the ball, slow motion. Antonio Willis gave up the ball and a quick steal by number 1. DeWanis for the Westinghouse Warriors. We have a long pass to Durrell. Fred goes up and lays it right in there.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Michael Ingram. So that's your play-by-play.
And I'm Kimberly Stewart, serving as your color commentator. And the third quarter is underway.
Yes, indeed.
It's North Lawndale's ball. They'll be bringing it down, switching rims.
North Lawndale has done a pretty good job of taking the lead, keeping the lead, basically. Not falling behind by too much. I think the most they fell behind by was like 2. DeAndre Watson with the ball. He's looking for someone to pass to. DeAndre stuck. He passes to Keith Mack. Keith Mack with the big man. Keith Mack
with the shot, and it's no good.
Ron White with a great rebound. Darius Mason with the ball. Darius Mason looking for someone to pass to. Pass to Ramon Taylor. Ramon passes it to Marlik. Marlik with the shot. And Marlik is
air
fouled.
Ball.
Marlik was actually fouled. No foul was called.
But the ball was hit out of bounds by Michael Lacey, number 32, as you can see him right there. And giving the ball right back to the Westinghouse Warriors.
Darius with the ball. Darius passes it to Ramon. Ramon passes to Ricky.
For the 3, and it's in there.
Michael gives the ball to DeAndre. DeAndre, the point guard. DeAndre passes to Fred. Fred looking for something to do with it. He passes it back to DeAndre. DeAndre stuck. Pass it to Mike Lacey. Mike Lacey gives it to DeMontre. DeMontre gives it to Big Keith. Big Keith on the hole, and he misses a layup. It's no good. Ricky batters with the ball. Marlik Williams with the rebound. Ricky gives it to Darius. Darius gives it to Ricky. Ricky is wide open.
And it's in there, bringing the lead down to only 2 points.
Yes, I do not know what got into North Lawndale doing this whole time. Ricky Battles had 2 wide open threes.
Within the last 2 minutes.
From the same spot.
They're ready to check in for North Lawndale. Keith Mack is fouled. Please check out the Free Spirit Media website at www.freespiritmedia.org or check us out on YouTube. Search Free Spirit Media to view our YouTube channel.
Keith Mack to the line after he was fouled. Keith Mack to his first free throw. Up.
It's off the mark. Checking in, we have Darryl coming in for Mike Lacey.
Yes. Darryl Nullum checked in for Michael Lacey. Keith Mack free throw.
Second one is good.
Darius.
We have Westinghouse swinging the ball. More swinging, they give it to the big man. A flash down below, and he's fouled.
Yes. I think DeWan was going to either get him an easy layup or he was going to dunk it.
Too bad he didn't get the opportunity to do either before he was fouled.
DeWan to the line.
First free throw was in there.
Yes. Everybody is here for North Lawndale. You have the football team. You got the basketball team from last year featuring Devontae, Kyle Oldham, Antoine Smith, Maurice Williams from 2 years ago, actually. Man, everybody's came out to show North Lawndale some respect. DeAndre Watson with the ball. DeAndre looking for somebody to pass to. He gives it to
Enos, who
Fred.
gives it back.
Fred for 3, and it's no
off
good.
the mark. Rebound by Keith Mack, and a putback as well, but it's off the mark.
Damn, DeMontre was elbowed in the mouth. Shoulder into the nose. Sorry if I may have cursed on air. It's just out of the way.
Can we get a replay of that?
And it is actually number 0, DeAndre Watson's birthday. So for him to come out and be playing like this on his birthday is great. Coach Thorpe, Michael Lacey, and Wendell Anderson. Oh, wow. Malik just jumped up and grabbed that one. Darius pushing the ball up the court. He can't get a hand on it. Gives it to Ricky. Ricky gives it to Ramon. Ramon swings. Ramon gives it to Ricky. Ricky is calling for an ISO. Ramon gives it to DeJuan. DeJuan misses. DeAndre Watson with the rebound. Trayshawn Carr with the ball. Trayshawn gives it to Fred. Fred looking for someone to pass to. Fred gives it to Trayshawn. Trayshawn gives it to DeAndre. DeAndre with the pull-up. And it's in there.
The PSAs, dramas, and documentaries that you see between breaks on Hoops High are produced by Free Spirit Media students at North Lawndale College Preparatory High School, the Glory Corner Youth Center, and Powerhouse High. We hope that you enjoy the stories and messages that we young people are sharing.
Thanks. DeAndre with the ball. DeAndre walking the ball up the court. DeAndre looking for someone to pass to. One of North Lawndale's former players just keeps saying happy birthday. Here's a crossover. Gives it to Fred. Fred on the drive. Fred, oh!
And it's blocked by number 21.
By Malik Williams. Trayshawn Carr to inbound the ball.
Go get it. Go get it, man.
Trayshawn calls a timeout. And with the timeout being taken, I'm going to toss to a quick PSA.
Because it's the latest trend doesn't mean I have to wear it. Everything that glitters isn't gold.
This is Derrick Rose from the Chicago Bulls, and you're watching Hoops High.
And we're back with more Hoops High. And we have North Lawndale leading 37-34. Playing Trinidad James song, All Gold Everything. The whole crowd is just bopping.
I'm Kimberly Store serving as your color commentator.
He just turns it off in the middle of everybody bopping. Everybody's kind of angry. DeMontre Enos got hit a nose. I think he's gonna be out for the game. He took a hard one to the face too.
He did. That was a pretty hard injury.
Trayshawn Carr to inbound the ball. Kim, what you like about the game so far?
I think this has been a very intense game. You know, good contact, good hustle, good ball movement, sharing of the ball. No one is scared to, you know, put those buckets in. You know, what about you?
Man, I'm liking everything about the game so far. Intensity. This game definitely isn't a weak game. It's just fired up. It just had me wondering who's going to come down the court and score next, who's going to go at it. It's definitely a great game. Both teams is just coming out and giving it their all.
You right. And if you a scouter who might be interested in the game as well, for North Lawndale Pheonix, located at 1313 South Sacramento, if you need to get in touch with anyone, the principal name is Tim Bowman. Athletic director is Eric Tinsley. The head coach is Corey Morgan. Their current record is 7-2, and their head coach is Lewis Thorpe. And for Westinghouse, the Warriors, located at 3223 West Franklin, their principal is Dr. Jackson. Athletic director is Mr. Kelly, and Mr. Williams is their head coach. Their record currently is 8-1 overall And the conference is 2-1. Last win against Marshall. Some of their key players to look out: Ricky Battles, DeJuan White, and Daryl Grant.
And Daryl Gant, who's actually sidelined with an injury, a dislocated shoulder. Foul. Darren Ullman is fouled. Coach Thorpe wanted to talk to his players for a little bit. And he calls a timeout. And with that being said, I'm going to toss to a quick PSA. Remember, you're watching Hoops High.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey, girl. What you doing tonight?
Nothing much, my baby. What y'all on?
Girl, come outside with us. You always in the house.
No, I can't go at this time.
Because what?
I gotta watch my baby.
Let your little sister get her. She ain't doing nothing else.
No, I'm a parent first, not this time.
Hey, you're lost.
Me as a teen mom have been pressured by a lot of my friends to go out and have fun besides taking care of my child. But it's up to me to make the decision that being a parent comes first. It's parenting over partying.
It's Lawndale, and you're watching Hoops High.
And we're back with more Hoops High.
I'm Kimberly Stewart, serving as your color commentator.
And I'm Michael Ingram, serving as your play-by-play.
And if you're just tuning in, we're here at 1313 West Sacramento Street at Collins Academy, where we have the North Lawndale Pheonix facing off against the Warriors from Westinghouse. Score currently being 37-36, 3 minutes left, going North Lawndale's way.
In the third quarter also. Fred with the pull-up, and it's no good. DeJuan with the great rebound.
I saw his arms buckling up a little bit.
Yes, indeed. They're throwing elbows. Tempers may be flaring a little bit.
Air ball.
Marley gives it to Ricky.
For the three.
Ricky gets his
number one for his own three, and this off the mark as well.
Big Keith with the ball.
And a travel by Keith Mack.
DeMontre Eno, so I said probably wasn't going to come back in the game. It's back into the game from being hit in his nose. Quanis gives the ball to Ricky with the ball now. Ricky gives to Ramon. Ramon gives it to DeQuanis. DeQuanis stuck. He gives it back to Ramon. Ramon stuck. He gives it back to DeQuanis.
And a foul on Keith Mack, number 13. On number 5, Raymond Taylor.
DeQuanis with the ball. Gives it to Ricky. DeMontre Enos almost had a steal and a dunk that time. Marleek Williams.
And a bad pass, right out of bounds.
Ball was intended for Marleek Williams, I'm sorry. Out of bounds on Ramon Taylor. DeAndre with the ball. You can see the Westinghouse cheerleaders. DeAndre with the ball. The ball is batted away. DeAndre Watson with the ball. Gives it to Fred. Fred on the drive. Fred with the floater, and it's no good.
And a foul is called. Don't forget to stay tuned for the Free Spirit Media News at the end of this broadcast. It comes on at 9:50 every Saturday. Learn about what's going on in Chicago and find out the latest on the most important issues with teams.
Ramon with the ball, he gives it to Ricky. Ricky gives it back to Ramon. Ramon gives it back to Ricky. Ricky gives it to Marleek. Marleek with the up fake, pump fake, and he traveled. 3 in the key, I'm sorry.
Yet another turnover. The coach for Westinghouse is currently going crazy. One of the coaches.
Subbed out is number 10, Daryl Nullum, and number 5, Wendell Anderson, checks back into the game. DeMontre Enos with a great bad pass. Ricky for the dunk. It's a layup.
No dunk.
And it goes in. It all counts the same.
You know, baskets is a basket. 2 buckets is the same as 2 buckets.
Fred with
It's
the
a
spin.
dunk.
Fred with the great pass.
Assist.
Keith with the ball.
Keith with the putback.
Nah.
Westinghouse, the quick turnover.
Fred with the ball.
With the
and
quick
it's
2
good.
buckets again. Bless you.
Thank you.
Less than a minute left in the third quarter.
Daquanis with the ball. He's looking for Ricky. He gives it to Malik. Malik gives it to Ramon. Ramon spins. Ramon almost shot. Uh-oh. Keith going to get a dunk. Oh!
Keith Mack does not take the dunk. He lays it in just to be sure. You know, it was safe. Everyone was waiting for that dunk, but it did not happen.
I think he took off too far.
And a putback.
A putback by number 21, Malik Williams. Yes.
Less than 16 seconds left. North Lawndale being up by 3, 43-40. They're going to hold the ball for the last shot. And he is fouled in the paint. As you can see the scoreboard.
43-41 with 6.1 seconds left. I'm interested to see who's going to shoot the ball for North Lawndale.
I am too. I'm pretty sure they're going to either give it to a big man, Michael Lacey, or Enos, or Fred. Or they might give it to the three-point shooter, Biggie.
Marquise Jefferson. Yep, they give
That's
it to him.
who got it, and
Biggie
he's going to take this shot.
Gets to DeMontre. DeMontre for three. Oh.
It's an air ball.
DeJuan threw that so hard. It shook the speaker.
It did. Luckily, it did not fall.
Or it would have been coming out of somebody's pockets.
Right about now, we're going to toss to a sideline reporter.
Jeanette.
Hi, I'm Jeanette here with Kyra Brown, a former Lady Pheonix. So, Kyra, yesterday, the NLCP Lady Pheonix played against Westinghouse Lady Warriors. So, do you ever come back to help out the team? How have you grown as a player?
Yeah, I come back all the time. The team is doing great. They're playing and winning a lot of games. The family coordination is great, so I think they're doing great this season.
That is true. So, for this game tonight, what are your thoughts on the game so far?
North Lawndale is doing what they're always doing. They're coming out, they're being aggressive. Westinghouse changed their defense to slow down their offense, but it really doesn't help. But I think North Lawndale is doing a great job.
So, what are your plans for the holidays coming up?
Just keep working now, stay in shape, and get ready for my college track season when I go back to school.
All right, thank you so much for your time. Now we're going to toss it back to the announcers.
And we're back. Thank you so much for that interview. I'm Kimberly Stewart here serving as your color commentator.
And I am Michael Ingram serving as your play-by-play announcer.
And if you're just tuning in, we're here at Collins Academy. They're located at 1313 West Sacramento, where we have North Lawndale Pheonix facing on the Warriors of Westinghouse. Score currently being 43-40. Beginning of the fourth quarter is underway.
Yes, it has been a close game so far. North Lawndale currently leading. Daquanis gives it to Darius. Darius gives it to Ricky. Ricky gives it to Darius. Darius gives it to Daquanis. Daquanis gives it to Darius. Daquanis back with the ball. Gives it to Ricky. Ricky gives it to DeJuan.
To the big man. And it's off the mark.
Malik with the save. Ricky with the three.
And it's off the mark. And he's fouled at the three-point line. You rarely see that happen. When someone's shooting a long jumper like that, you just fall back, put your hand up. You don't draw any contact. And this is 3 easy points that number 3 for Westinghouse just might make.
Yeah. Ricky is a pretty good three-point shooter, but he was fouled on that play also, but he also got away with a little flop. Ricky for his first free throw.
And it's off the mark. I think it was a good choice to foul him then, I guess. He didn't get the 3 points that the team anticipated. Second free throw is in there. And he has one more coming. He prepares for the third free throw. The ball is up, and it's in there.
Wendell inbounds the ball to Marquise Jefferson. Marquise, who isn't really that vocal, but he speaks up when he needs to. Marquise gives it to DeMontre. DeMontre gives it back to Marquise.
He's being pretty vocal right about now, calling out those plays. He wants his men to run. Michael Lacey, the big man for the, it's off the mark.
It's DeJuan with the mid-range. And
it's in there. Westinghouse going crazy in the stands.
Westinghouse takes the lead, 44-43.
7 minutes left in the final quarter of the game.
Marquise gives it to Wendell. Wendell gives
Biggie
to
for the
Marquise
three.
for three. And it's no
off
good.
The mark. Rebound by Antonio Willis, but the ball was just stripped right out of his hands.
Robbed. Ricky with a spin. Oh.
And a basket by number 32 for Westinghouse.
DeJuan White.
He just spent right through Biggie and Michael Lacey. A replay would be very nice. Westinghouse Warriors going crazy trying to intimidate.
DeMontre, he knows for three.
And it's off the mark.
Antonio Willis with the rebound. DeMontre on drive. Oh.
And he's tripped up.
He hurt himself.
Another offensive rebound. And it's in now.
Good.
If you just can't seem to get enough of Hoops High, friend us on Facebook. Get to know the crew and what goes on at every Hoops High production.
And if you can't seem to get enough of me, Michael Ingram, friend me on Facebook at Michael Ingram. And you can friend my partner in crime at
Kimmy K. Just Kimmy K.
Darius with the ball. Darius gives it back to DeQuanis.
They swinging the ball.
Yes. They're just going to play the pass again with North Lawndale.
Trying to tire North Lawndale out.
Marquise with a steal.
A fast break for North Lawndale. And a foul. Biggie gives it to the big man, Michael Lacey, number 32, at the last second. But Biggie was fouled before he passed it. I felt the dunk coming. As you can see, the big man, Michael Lacey, on the other end trying to block the shot by number 32 from Westinghouse.
DeJuan
White, but he was not successful, and that was a quick 2 buckets. We have Antonio Willis, Enos, and Biggie subbing out. Keith Mack checks back in.
Wendell, the inbound the ball. He gets to Michael Lacey. Michael Lacey.
Ball is tripped up, but it's North Lawndale's way yet again.
Out of bounds on number 21, Marleek Williams. DeAndre Watson with the ball. Watson with the drive. Wendell.
Score is currently 45-46, less than 6 minutes left, as you can see. North Lawndale currently having 5 fouls, 2. Westinghouse 4 fouls.
DeAndre gives to Wendell. Wendell just holding the ball. Wendell gives to Michael Lacey. Michael Lacey gives it to Wendell. Whoa, Wendell almost traveled. Watson with the ball. Watson with a pull-up.
And it's off the mark. Ball was hit out of bounds by a Warrior.
Wendell with the ball. Wendell gives it to DeAndre. DeAndre gives it to Fred. Fred with the ball.
Fred
with
drives
the shot,
and
it's no good.
It's no good.
Yes. And Ricky battles with the ball. Ricky just calling the play. I think he calling the ISO. Ricky with an ISO.
Wendell backing off on defense.
Yeah. Ricky with the ball. Ricky gives it to Marleek. Wendell with the ball. Ricky is just holding the ball right now.
Driving.
Darius
for the 3, and
oh.
it's air ball.
Everybody's calling for sub. You're not. Oh. Everybody wants a jump ball.
we are not always perfect, but we are working hard and we are always learning. We thank you for your support and encouragement. Currently, the ball is in Westinghouse possession. A quick deflection by Michael Lacey, one of the big man, 32 for Westinghouse. DeJuan White with a quick 2 buckets. DeAndre number 0 for North Lawndale taking the ball down the court. Passes it to Fred, who swings it back to DeAndre. DeAndre holds the ball at the top of the key. He passes it to Wendell, who just couldn't get the grasp on it, and ball flies out of bounds. Currently Westinghouse ball. Score is 45-48. Westinghouse being up by only 3 points.
Ricky with the ball. Ricky gives it to Quinn. Ricky with the ball again. Ricky with the ball. Ricky just holding the ball. Ricky throws the ball away. DeAndre with the ball.
I think it was offensive goaltending. Right about now, they're going to call a timeout, so we're going to toss to a quick PSA.
You did our thing out there.
I did my thing out there.
Ain't no Iron Team.
It's the Iron Championship, though.
I can't believe you.
You believe in this championship, though? Real player.
Hey, man, get off my homeboy. Get off my homeboy.
Yeah, you better be glad he hold me back. Hey, but we still cool, though, you know.
Hi, I'm Steve Smith, and you're watching Hoops High.
And we're back with more game action.
The game is close.
You can see the Warriors cheerleading. If you're just tuning in, I'm Kim Stewart, serving as your color commentator.
The score is 48-45. I'm sorry.
If you're just tuning in, we're here at Collins Academy 1313 West Sacramento.
And I am Michael Ingram, serving as your play-by-play. North Lawndale and Westinghouse is having a crowd chant show. Man, they saying let's go Warriors, let's go Pheonix, let's go all of that good stuff. DeJuan White to inbound the ball.
Want to see more Hoops High games? Now you can see full games on iHigh. Go to www.ihigh.com/Hoops High to see games from the past or stream live from home.
Westinghouse inbounding the ball, number 32, DeJuan White. DeJuan is calling for something. The referee is just holding the ball.
Score is currently 45-48. Westinghouse Warriors way.
Quinn with the pull-up, and Quinn is fouled.
And he's fouled.
Quinn kind of got away with a little flop. I seen Marquise with his hands in the air.
Right about now, we're going to give a shout out to all of our co-workers, all the people on the camera, my other announcer on the side of me, people in the production room, all the behind-the-scenes people, our sideline reporter and our sideline reporter producer. Also to our coordinators, Ms. Shelton, Ms. Jasmine, for all the hard work that they put in. First free throw was off the mark, but the second one was in.
DeAndre Watson gets it to Keith Mack. Keith Mack gets to Marquise Justin. Marquise
for the
three.
And it's off the mark.
Good.
Keith Mack with the steal. And the
it's
putback
good.
is good.
Jackson with the ball. All you hear is red. And I think he might want to get out of there. Jawanson for three, and it's good! DeAndre Watson gives his team the lead with the three.
The three is
Ricky
good.
Battles with the ball. Oh! Ricky Battles gets an L1. Wow. That was great.
As you can see, Keith Mack with the putback.
Yes.
Getting buckets out there. Then getting back on quick defense, him and Fred trapping the ball. Poking it out. DeAndre getting the rebound. And the three was in there, nothing but net.
Yeah.
And as you can see, the crowd going wild from both sides of the bench.
And then you see Ricky Battles pushing the ball up the court. He gets an L1 over Michael Lacey.
Mike hit him right over the head.
Yes. Ricky Battles hits
Free
his
throw is in there. Score is currently 50-52. North Lawndale being down by 2. 2 minutes left in the game.
Oh! Frederick with a clutch three.
Quick three-pointer, number 14.
That's all you hear is the crowd saying red. Marlik on a drive.
And I believe it was a foul on Darrell, one of the big men, number 10. He'll be sent to the line.
And then
Number
Marlik
21 from the Warriors.
Marlik Williams.
That quick three by Enos put them up by 1. And the free throw is good by Malik, number 21 for Westinghouse.
Marlik, these are clutch free throws, very, very clutch. Everybody standing up. Everybody. Marlik, and he
Second one
misses.
is off the mark. Score being tied at 53.
DeAndre Watson gives it to Fred. Fred gives it to Big Keith. Big Keith in the hole. Big Keith no good. Big Keith, and the ball is out of bounds.
He couldn't get a grip on it.
Can't really see nothing on the camera. Everybody's standing up.
Everybody's screaming red.
That's all you hear is the infamous red chant. Quantis Jackson with the ball. He gets to DeJuan. DeJuan is fouled. Oh! DeJuan gets the ball off right on time. Fred with the ball. Fred with the spin. Fred with the... Oh! Fred gets the bucket to fall.
Tying the game back up at 55.
Quentin with the ball. Quentin's trapped. And it's out of bounds, North Lawndale's way.
And it's North Lawndale ball. Good turnover.
And a timeout is taken by Coach Thorpe. Yes, this game is turned up
to a quick PSA.
To the max. And with that being said, I'm going to toss to a quick PSA. Remember, you're watching the one and only Hoops High.
I am a leader and not a follower.
I will live above the influence.
I will graduate in the top 10 of my class.
I will not be a product of my environment.
I will respect women.
I will not find my happiness in others.
I will let my light shine through the dark times.
I will not discriminate against religion or sexual orientation.
I will speak my success into existence.
This is Dave Revson from the Big Ten Network. You're watching Hoops High.
And we're back. More Hoops High action. We're here at Collins Academy, 13-13 West Sacramento. Score is currently tied at 55. Less than a minute left in the last quarter. North Lawndale currently 9 fouls, and Westinghouse Warriors only having 4.
Yes.
This has been a very close game this fourth quarter. And, you know, both of these teams must want this win. The crowd is ecstatic. Got fans, got good encouragement, you know, and a passion for the game.
This is a great game, man.
It is. Bucket for bucket.
Bucket for bucket for buckets. I'm sorry, I'm tongue-tied. This game is just really, I am very into the game, man.
The ball is in play. Going to be taken out of bounds.
Yes.
You see a tight man-to-man defense. Last time they did
good.
this.
Keith Mack is wide open. Keith Mack with the ball, and it's good. Keith Mack with
a quick 2 points.
With a great juke movement to get open. Pheonix Jackson is fouled.
The crowd is going crazy. They came to see a good game, and this is exactly what they're going to get. Pheonix Jackson, number 1, the point guard for the Westinghouse Warriors, will be going to the line.
Westinghouse. Man, these are making or breaking free throws right now, man.
They are. They're crucial right about now.
And he missed.
And the first free throw is off.
Daryl Nullum subs in for number 23, Marquise Jefferson, who needs his rest because he's a good three-point shooter.
The second free throw is in there, though.
Daryl Nullum subs back out for Marquise Jefferson. I think they thought he was going to miss the second free throw, and he needs to get a rebound. Daryl is known for grabbing rebounds. DeAndre Washington inbound the ball. It seems like that we have some
While they sort this miscommunication out, we're going to toss to a quick PSA.
Most people believe they won't make it out. I'm not most people. I'm a fighter. I don't try to attain greatness. I define it. Ever since I was little, I lived in wonderful households, but bad neighborhoods. I didn't want to be like every other boy. Well, I couldn't. I boxed. I was 7 years old when I actually fought someone. Nothing serious, all playful. The thing is, I enjoyed it. Everybody likes to be dominant in their own way, but this was mine. I was raised in boxing by my cousins and my uncles. I can't say I was forced into boxing because I liked it. I can say I was forced into the work ethic. As life began to pass, the more I started to love the sport. It kept me out of trouble. It helped me build toughness, strength, and durability, not only in the ring, but out it, in life. The goal is to go more than 12 rounds. And even if I don't go professional, I can say boxing has done a lot of things for me. This is my sport.
What's up? I'm Connie, your girlfriend from 6 to 10 at 107.5 WGCI, and you are watching Hoops High.
And we're back
with more Hoops High.
I'm Kimberly Stewart here serving as your color commentator for the evening.
And I am Michael Ingham serving as your play-by-play announcer. Yes,
just tuning in. We're here at Collins Academy located at 1313 West Sacramento, where we have the North Lawndale Pheonix taking on the Warriors of Westinghouse. Less than a minute left, actually to be exact, 53.9 seconds. North Lawndale is leading by 1, 57 to 56. North Lawndale's ball.
Frederick with the shake and bakes. Frederick pushing the ball up the court. Frederick gives it to DeAndre.
And a foul by number 2 for the Westinghouse Warriors. Instead of taking those 2 free throws or the 1-and-1, they'll be inbounding the ball from the side.
Cal needs to get a referee the ball before he gets tagged.
North Lawndale does not need any text right now.
Cal had his chance last year. DeAndre Watson with the ball. Spin. Gives it to Marquise Jefferson. Marquise looking for someone to pass to. He passes it to Fred.
Fred squares up, holding the ball.
Oh. That was almost, that was almost a steal. That's not what you want in clutch time.
It really was. He had to get the ball. He had to give it up. Well, he was going to get the 5-second, 8-second call for staying in one spot while the defense is on you.
You never want to get a steal. Line with the ball.
And the big man, Keith Mack, is fouled.
For all the people at home watching, This is the one and only Hoops High. Tune in every Saturday.
The coach for Westinghouse, as you can see, and some of the old players from North Lawndale. Here comes those make it or break it free throws. Keith Mack has a lot of pressure on him.
First shot, and it's good.
20.4 seconds left. That free throw brought their score up 2 points, 58 to 56.
Keith Mack still alive for his second free throw, which can be clutched.
Concentration in his eyes. Second free throw is up, and it's in there. And we have a timeout. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we don't. We have subs.
They call Antonio Willis in.
As you can see.
Antonio Willis and Jason Johnson. And Daryl Nullum.
Enos and Fred come out. The crowd yelling red.
Okay. DeQuanis with the ball. Kwani on the drive. Oh, and that is thrown out of bounds. That is
and
not
it's a turnover.
Yes.
Westinghouse is not happy with this call.
Not at all.
10.6 seconds left. A lot can happen in this little amount of time.
That's not something that you need.
Enos taking the ball out of bounds. And a timeout has been called. So I think it's a good idea we talk to a quick PSA.
Who was this fool, man?
I ain't seen that cat before.
Nigga sweet, man.
Hey, nigga sweet? Fuck this, man. What away, man.
Somebody help me! Somebody help me, please!
One of my phones, man. Hey, little bro. What's going on with you, man? Nah, I was messing with you.
Hey, it's your girl Rox holding it down, and look, the only hoops I'm playing is with Hoops High, and that's what you're watching right now. See you later.
And
we're back.
Said, and we're back with more Hoops High. A highly anticipated game, man.
I'm Kimberly Stewart here serving as your color commentator. And alongside me I have
the one and only Michael Williams.
Score is currently 59 to 56, North Lawndale way. Fourth quarter, 10.6 seconds left in the game. It's North Lawndale's ball, and all they need is to hold the ball. Just hold it.
North Lawndale inbound the ball. Marquise Jefferson is fouled.
Biggie will be going to the line.
It ain't over yet. I done seen a lot of comebacks in this amount of time.
You're right. If Biggie knocks down these free throws, then there's no coming back. All he needs is one.
Biggie, everybody call him Biggie. His real name is Marquise Jefferson. Marquise, or AKA Biggie, set out last year because he hadn't had knee surgery, and by the way he's running things on the court, the way he's playing doesn't look like he can't. Doesn't look
First
like
free throw is in there. The second one is good as well.
Ricky Battles with the ball. Ricky Battles pull up three.
And it's off the mark.
And it's out of bounds. And North Lawndale takes, you can kind of say North Lawndale takes the win, man. The crowd is turning up.
.4 seconds left in the game.
Yes, indeed.
Not much you can do in that amount of time with the lead.
0.4 seconds left.
Right about now.
And that's game.
The last shot is airballed, and that's the end of the quarter. As you can see, final score being 61-56, North Lawndale's way.
Yes, indeed. North Lawndale came out and played hard. And as a result of that, they win. This is a very, very, very highly anticipated game.
It was great game action, you know.
Yes, indeed.
A lot of hustle. You can see all the spectators leaving. And,
But you know, North Lawndale came out and won.
They did. They took this win home. You know, you're at your home. You have to win. It's only right.
Man, North Lawndale came out and balled hard. And as a result of that, they came and got the win.
They did.
Kim,
They
what
took
did you
us
like about the
home.
game?
This was an outstanding game. Like, I couldn't have planned or, you know, put together an even better game than this. The excitement level was off the charts. Fans were amazing. The players were incredible. And it was just a great game all around. What about you?
Yes, indeed. And with that being said, I'm going to toss it to my sideline reporter, Jeanette, with the player of the game, number 13, Keith Mack.
Hi, I'm Jeanette Tay here with Keith Mack, MVP of North Lawndale College Prep Pheonix. So tell me, how does it feel to be MVP?
Feels good.
How do you think your team played tonight?
We played good. Good way to bounce back from the oil loss.
That's good. So tell me, what are your plans for the holiday?
Go hard, try to win the Christmas tournament. Come back strong.
All right, that's good. Congratulations. Tune in Saturday night at 8 p.m. and log in to www.hoopshigh.org. I'm Jeanette Tate, part for Hoops High. Thanks for watching. Good night.
You can watch Hoops High on CAN TV, Channel 19, every Saturday at 8 p.m. Please visit www.hoopshigh.org to learn more. Hoops High and Free Spirit Media would like to thank our sponsors. We are grateful for their support in making our mission of youth media education and opportunity possible.
Hoops High is family, communication.
Enjoy it. Hoops High is
Astounding. Creativity.
commitment.
Hoops High is exciting. Meaningful.
Hoops High is
technology.
spirit.
A community. Hoops High is home. Love. Dedication.
Inspired.
Hoops High.
If they probably never was exposed to it, they probably would have never have done it. But it's something that you see that interests people a lot.
I never worked with a camera, it was my first time learning about a camera, zooming in, zooming out. It was a real good experience for me, I think it changed a lot in me too. It changed how I think, and it changed something I like to do in life.
When I get older, I want to be some type of actor. So being in this classroom really helped me out, really exercise my ability to act.
We shooting it and we shoot it off what we done been through, and people get to see it and they watching it and they liking it.
Like young kids in the community can do stuff that's worth some type of value.
Meet Jaden, a 16-year-old from Chicago. He likes reading, playing basketball, and daydreaming. As one of 75 million youth in America, he is the future of our country. But today, Jaden's future is uncertain. A new economy is evolving as Jaden tries to find his way in a school system where more than 42% of students drop out and even more fall behind. For Jaden and others like him, the future looks grim. But there is hope. Youth media programs connect with kids like Jaden, moving them from discouragement toward opportunity through the power of communication. Jaden learns about journalism, technology, and culture. He spends his time engaged at school, in youth centers, and at libraries. He discovers how to observe the world around him and share his own stories. He becomes one of more than 10,000 teens involved in the Chicago Youth Voices Network, a collection of innovative programs that come together with a bold vision to reach more people like Jaden, to transform education, and to shape the health of our city. Together, the network gives vision to the journalists, artists, engineers, and leaders of our future. One story, poem, film, blog post, one youth at a time.
What is freedom?
What is freedom?
They said that the United States is the land of the free.
But what does being free really mean?
Are you free?
Am I free?
Freedom means different things for different people.
Let's explore what freedom means.
These are the stories from kids like me in the west side of Chicago.
These are also stories from other people from different walks of life.
These are the sounds of freedom.
The violence in my community is what stopped me from being free. I wanted to be free. I wanted to stay out. Doggone street lights. When them came on, I had to be in the house. That stopped my freedom. Due to the violence in my community, my parents wanted to move me and my younger brothers and sisters away because they didn't want us to be around that type of environment. They didn't want to turn on the TV one day and see that their son or daughter was shot down and killed on the streets of Chicago. Leaving was very sad. I mean, I left a lot of people behind, close friends, cousins, aunties, uncles, my grandmother and grandfather. I really didn't want to leave because I was very close to these people, and another reason why I didn't want to leave was because I was leaving them behind in that neighborhood, and I felt like it wasn't safe for them neither. My friends, they didn't want me to leave, and everyone around there, my family members, they didn't want us to leave, but we had to leave because my mom didn't want us in that environment. And like I said, it was very sad, it hurt my heart, and there's still a dent in my heart from the time we left from that community. There's a dent and it will never leave.
Freedom for Palestinians is knowing that they have their land back and they have the ability to do as they please and to act upon their culture and their ethnicity without being told what to do. Well, the issue in Palestine, there's an occupation going on between Israel and Palestine where in 1948 the Palestinian territory has been occupied by the Israeli military. So ever since then, for the past 60 years, they've been under siege and many homes have been demolished, many refugees have been kicked out of their land and now have been settled into newer areas, whether it's in Lebanon or Jordan or even into the States. So the freedom there is not what it used to be. It's a lot worse, and the Palestinian people, especially those living in the West Bank and Gaza, are struggling to get their freedom back, and their daily activities are hard to come by because it's now a struggle even to get food on their table and to even go to school because of certain checkpoints and certain military people that they have to come across. I don't like it. It hurts when I see what's going on. You know, I have the Al Jazeera Arab news channel at my house, so I constantly see what's been going on, and when I see the homes being demolished and kids being shot at and dead bodies all over the ground, it hurts because I'm here living the luxurious life in the States, yet my people are back home and there's only so much that I can do, and you know, it's hard to give them the help that's needed because the United States doesn't always allow that kind of help geared towards them because of the Israeli connections that the United States has with them.
My freedom was actually taken away when like a part of me was kind of threatened. A really good friend of mine raped a girl that I knew that was like, she was like my sister. It was more than her that he had raped, and at the end of the day, I found out that I was actually next to be raped by him. And it wasn't like this was somebody I didn't know. This was somebody that I actually trusted and knew for a really long time, that I put a lot of trust into. He was a really good friend of mine. I trusted him with so much. He was somebody I thought that would never hurt me in that way or any type of way. And I felt betrayed, and all those images I had of him in my mind they were just ruined. He wasn't that same person I knew. He wasn't the person I could talk to. He was scary. Like, every day, I'm really different because of it. I once was someone who didn't really care about who I let in my life, but now, like, that freedom was taken away from me. I'm not as free as I normally was or how I used to be. It's hard for me to trust people now. It was the one point in time where I didn't leave by myself. I was afraid. Even after he was gone and locked up and locked away, I didn't leave by myself. Once I found out that I was next, that silenced me for a long time. So when people see me loud and laughing and having a good time, it's because I'm finally getting back to who Kendra used to be. I'm no longer afraid like I used to be. And after a while, I got tired of being afraid. So when I'm loud and when I'm having fun and when I'm having a good time, I won't be quiet. I won't stop having a good time, because a long time ago, I couldn't be who Kendra was right now.
When I was in debt, I felt much more imprisoned. I felt very scared to do anything. I felt like very poor. I didn't feel free at all. When I was in my 20s, I got some credit cards. I went a little bit crazy with them, trying to impress friends, trying to impress myself. And I racked up about $26,000, $27,000 worth of credit card debt. The collection agencies would start calling. They would harass you. They'd ask you for money. You'd have to send some kind of payment, or they threaten to sue you. And when I was younger, I lived with my grandmother, and I remember the Cook County Sheriff coming over to issue me a subpoena. And they actually wanted to file a lawsuit against me to collect the money that I owed on the credit card. And that was a very, very embarrassing moment of my life, needless to say. One day I decided that through people I know that I would probably have to file for bankruptcy because I wasn't making any money and there was nowhere else for me to turn. And the debt was just massive. It just kept exploding all over the place. When you actually file bankruptcy, and I wouldn't recommend this to everybody. Everybody's situation is different. But for me, there was a sense of freedom. There was a freedom from all that weight, all that debt was gone. You realize once you take that oath and you go to court and you tell them, yeah, I have no money and I have all these bills and I need a new start, that you feel like, okay, so there's some light at the end of the tunnel there. As I was getting older, I realized that I wanted to get married, have a family, buy a house. You can't really do all those things if you don't have credit. Well, now that my credit is improved, we have a house, we have a decent interest rate, we have a car, we can go on vacations whenever we want to travel. Life isn't as much of a headache now as it was before. I feel much more free now that I've improved my credit and improved my life.
In my story, I was the one who took away someone else's freedom. By bullying this kid, I talked about this guy consistently. I always made threats to him and everything, that I was going to beat him up. I was going to embarrass him in front of all these girls. And I wouldn't be the only one, but I was the main guy doing it. I would get the whole class to talk about this guy. I literally took away his freedom to express himself, without anyone talking about him, anyone judging him, the freedom to be himself. One of the things I'm very ashamed of is me talking about his mother, which she passed away when he was younger. And at the time I thought that was very funny, and I would say horrible things like, yeah, your mom's gone, she's not there for you, things like that, silly things that like shouldn't have been said at all. One day I noticed that the guy wasn't at school one day, and another day passed, he wasn't there, another day he wasn't there. So for I say about a week and a half, the kid wasn't there. You know, I really didn't pay that much attention to it because I really didn't care. Until one day I stopped at my locker after school, and there was this note. This note was from the kid I bullied. The note said in it that, yeah, Rondell, I want you to know you're the reason I'm not coming to school anymore. You're the reason why everyone makes fun of me. You're the reason why I can't express myself. I don't even have friends anymore. You know, I feel so isolated. And he did tell me in there, like, when I did talk about his mom, it made him sometimes, you know, think about that. And he wanted to see his mom, so he thought about killing himself. And that right there just devastated me, you know. I didn't think I had that kind of, you know, power, you know, to make someone want to kill themselves. The next day at school, you know, I seen the kid, like, I told him I was sorry, you know, and he suggested to me that we should do this thing called peer mediation. This teacher sit down and talk to us. She would tell us to, like, yeah, apologize to one another. Well, he didn't really have to do any apologizing to me, but I apologized to him, you know, told him that I was sorry for what I've done, you know, and I realized my mistakes. And one of the things about being in peer mediation where we got a chance to, you know, experience each other's lives at school. So, like, one day he would hang with me and my friends, and one day I would hang with him and his friends, and really got to know the guy a little bit better and understand, well, why he was going through what he was going through. And I really learned a lot. And you know, I never want to do something like that again. I don't want to take away anyone else's freedom.
If we discuss politics or religion or corruption spread all over the country in any media, there will always be restrictions. Security will shut you down whenever you talk. When I think about my nature of my job as a TV presenter or a filmmaker or a director for shorts, I find that there are restrictions in my work. I can't show the almost entirely corrupted reality, even though I witnessed the corruption and corrupt government officials. I can't speak up until finally the revolution was realized. This revolution, which was not anticipated to take place on 25th of January, made this situation also make the government to cut all means of communication on 28th of January, such as the cell phone and the internet, thinking by that they might reduce communication among protesters and scare them. When you see the revolution in the TV, you see that it was the first time where Egyptians took really a stand and protest. All of them get out, men and women and kids, says Egypt free. Egypt free and Mubarak must go out. Egypt free and Mubarak is out. The freedom mean in my story that, like, after 30 years of being oppressed, not able to talk or express, and suddenly you find yourself can talk loudly with no fear and say enough. Enough is enough. Our country deserves the best.
There is no single definition of what freedom means. The colorful lives of people give various meanings to what it is. It can be as big as a country being free from an oppressor, or it can be as personal as someone being able to go outside the neighborhood free from fears. There is one thing that is certain, however. We all want freedom in our lives.
lack of water is the #1 trigger of daytime fatigue.
When you take a step, you're using up to 200 muscles.
It doesn't matter if you're an athlete or not.
Take every advantage.
If you train hard, you'll not only be hard, you'll be hard to beat.
Pressure. When I was younger, there was a group of guys that I was hanging with, and they said that if I wanted to hang with them, I had to do what they did. So later that night, we went to this housing complex, and it was a car with dogs in it. And they were, I believe, German Shepherds. It was a mama and 5 puppies. And so instead of all of us, well, they said they were going to steal the puppies. Instead of all of us stealing the puppies, I ended up stealing 2 of the puppies. And it ended up coming back on me, and I was on punishment for about a month.
I haven't been a victim of peer pressure, and the people who have been a victim of peer pressure, they should tell them no.
We are not victims of peer pressure.
Hi, I'm Karen Jordan, and you're watching FSM News.
Hello, and welcome to FSM News. I'm Dalia Engelbani.
And I'm Janelle Coleman. FSM News is a product of Free Spirit Media, which is a nonprofit organization that empowers youth voice.
Game Changer Chicago helps teens learn about STIs through fun activities.
Take a look at this new way to learn. Here's Quintin Moss with the story.
Game Changer teams hope to make a difference in the lives of other youth.
In this program, we are creating a video game, but we're going to teach teens about reproductive and sexual health.
In just a couple of weeks, participants create games that require its players to make wise decisions about sex and life. In one game, a married girl finds out she has chlamydia.
You're going to have different clues on basically how to guide her. You, as the gamer, you're going to decide whether she should stay or she should go back with her family.
In the process of making these games, the youth gain knowledge in the latest technology.
They're learning, for instance, Photoshop, Final Cut Pro, learning how to make games using Flash, using web, HTML.
We worked on a lot of different things, mostly just like photo, video, audio, and like everyone does filming and everyone does little pictures.
The games are not just for teens who make them. Game Changers plan to make it available to others.
It's going to be a computer game, so you would play it on your computer, and then the audience would probably be teenagers and probably like 12-year-olds, but older people too.
Students enjoy the program so much that they will recommend it to others.
It's fun, really. You know, I'm not sure, have anyone like really designed the game in their life? I mean, it's something new, something to look forward to.
It's a fun experience to create a game, and you also learn about things that you didn't know, like AIDS and the kinds of different STDs and things like that.
Brainstorming for hours and testing the games until they're perfect takes a lot of work, but the Game Changer youth are excited to make a difference. Reported for FSM News, I'm Quintin Moss.
There's a very interesting program by the name of Now is the Time.
Up next, in our Did You Know segment, we will introduce you to a program that has media and theater for teens.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to FSM News.
There is more to Now is the Time than media and theater. They have literary events and so much more.
Here's more on the story.
Did you know that Now is the Time is a citywide program that encourages the youth to make a positive change in the community? Through theater and other art forms, Now is the Time aims to stop youth violence and intolerance. They offer workshops for educators, media making for teens, theater classes for teens, and so much more. Reporting for FSM News, I am Janelle Coleman. Teens who are a part of Looking Glass Theater come together from different parts of the city and suburbs to make a change.
Looking Glass Lab is a great place. It's a lot of fun and you have to be really serious and into it. It's a theater program, but getting teens' perspectives.
Teens use theater as a way to express themselves.
When I got into theater, it just opened me up and I found what I really love to do. It gave me a chance to explore different things and meet new people.
Teens in the Looking Glass Lab are creating an original piece of theater based on the theme youth violence.
It's something that's been growing a lot in the community, whether you're in the city or whether you're in the suburbs, whether you're in Ohio. I mean, there's youth violence everywhere, and I think it's a problem that needs to be addressed.
They want to see change in their community.
Really look at our communities. Look at the different gaps in the communities. Why is it that one community has everything and then this community has nothing?
The instructors hope that their teens gain many things from the program.
I hope that they're able to, just learn each other's lives a little bit and figure out how youth violence exists in their different worlds.
I hope that they realize that theater and being an artist of any kind is a channel and a vehicle for social change, and that it's a way to confront things and be political and express yourself and to grow, and that you can make an impact with the art that you make. Art is not always just for something to entertain us or to give beauty to the world. It can also change the way we think, the way we perceive things, and the way that we interact with others.
Reporting for FSM News, I am Janelle Coleman. At U-Media, teens get a chance to create their own style by participating in a fashion dump challenge.
The fashion program gives teens the opportunity to put their creative ideas to the test. Here's the story. The High Fashion Dump Challenge was designed to get teens involved in many aspects of the fashion industry and to spark more programs in other cities.
Basically as a way to on-ramp kids into, the fashion design industry, both as designers, but also, documentarians, bloggers.
During the High Fashion Dump, the teens create styles using clothing from a thrift shop.
In this case, we're reimagining, thrift store, recycled clothes, and kids are gonna take this dump of clothes here and refashion them on these dress forms and come up with some really cool creative ideas.
The teens got together in groups and created their very own unique styles.
I put together an outfit on a mannequin, but it was with just 2 t-shirts and we had to pin it all together, and it turned out to be pretty cute.
I put together this ball gown kind of swoop-de-whoop kind of outfit. It just went along with some layers and stuff.
The teens have various reasons for their creations.
Real eerie, gloomy looking house that's sat in this cemetery.
I just kind of thought of an outfit out of my head that I saw today on the street.
Some participants found the challenge to be difficult and others had no problem.
It was pretty challenging because I'm not used to thinking upside down and how things aren't supposed to go together.
In the end, students received the reality check on the fashion industry.
I learned the creative process of fashion designers. I never knew what it was till today. So I also learned I'm pretty good at design and stuff.
Reporting for FSM News, I'm Delia Ngubani.
Well, it's time for us to wrap up this week's newscast, but we will be back next week with more FSM News on the road.
Until then, check us out on Facebook. Search FSM News.
You can also find us on ABC7 Chicago's website under the community section. Have a great week. 3, 2, 1, that's a wrap.
What are you doing this again?
Nothing, just going to the banquet. How about you?
Same thing. Game Changer helps teens learn about STIs through fun activities. What was that?